Good morning YouTube, welcome to the financial information channel. In this video I'm going to give you the analysis and review of the earnings that happened this week. And I'm going to give you a preview of the earnings that are going to happen next week. So let's start with the video. So the first thing is that I'm going to give you the analysis that happened this week and how I predicted how some of the companies were going to report this week. So first, let's start with Home Depot. Now, Home Depot was one of the companies that I thought was going to report positive earnings, both in EPS and revenue, and the company delivered. Home Depot beat the EPS by 6 cents and the revenue by 180 millions. I think Home Depot is in a special place because they have a lot of unique things that most people go to that store for. For example, sometimes customers go for the gardenings, how to plant seeds, and they need it right away. That is one of the advantages instead of purchasing those items through the internet. And they had good guidelines for the remainder of the year. I think they're going to deliver on those expectations because they are a unique store. So that was the first stock that I predicted last week, and I got both right. And the stock actually went up this week. Now I'm going to put on the screen if the stock went up or down during the week. So the second stock basically that I predicted was TJ Maxx. So I thought that the stock was going to go down both in revenue and EPS, and actually it had mixed results. It actually beat the EPS by 3 cents, however, it missed on the revenue. TMX reported 100 million loss on the revenue. Now, TMX is actually a well-run company. However, they are in the retail section, and the retailer section has been hit hard since the end of 2015. So a lot of analysts are saying that this is a good opportunity to buy this stock. However, I'm still unsure if I want to invest into a retailer at this moment. And I'm gonna put on the screen if the stock actually went up or down. So I only predict only half of the portion that the stock was gonna go down. Now the next stock was Baozun Incorporation. I actually predicted that it was going to beat both EPS and revenue, and actually the results were a little bit mixed. Now they had inline EPS, which means they got the same results that they were actually expecting, but they actually beat the revenue, which was a huge improvement. Now this stock was one of the best stocks for me this week. I actually started trading this stock since the beginning of April, I believe. Even with the political dip that happened on Wednesday, I actually made a huge profit on this stock. The stock actually went up a huge amount before they reported earnings, and I sold most of my position on that day. That was before the market closed, which was a good way, to get a huge margin. And they actually reported good earning call. However, the stock actually went down quite a huge amount. Even with the political mess, the stock actually remained steady and actually bought a lot of shares back. And the next day, the actually stock went up again. And I was actually glad that I actually bought those shares on the dip. So I'm actually glad that I sold the shares before they reported the earnings, and then actually bought more once they had a huge drop. And of course, I sold 80% of the shares because that stock has gone quite a huge amount. I do think that stock is very volatile, but I believe that it's gonna go up a little bit more. So I actually kept a good small position just to play around to see how the stock is gonna play. I'm gonna put on the screen to show you how Bazoun actually moved throughout the week. Now the next stock that I predicted was Target. Target actually had it down because I didn't think that the retail was a good business, especially during the first 3 months. But they actually surprised they beat both the revenue and the EPS. And what I read in the transcripts, the electronic side was a huge part why they were able to go up, a huge amount. Now I'm gonna put on the screen to see if the stock moved during the week or it went down. The next one is gonna be Cisco. Now Cisco actually, I had predicted that it was gonna report bad earnings and bad EPS, and they actually beat both. However, the guidance was horrible. Now the stock actually dropped a huge amount. Now I think at this price, the stock actually brings us a little bit of potential, but just because they have a good dividend. I don't know if the Cisco has a huge growth in that company anymore, but as a dividend stock, it's actually one of the good ones, out there. So I'm gonna put on the screen to show you if the stock went up or down. And the next one is Walmart. Now Walmart actually beat the EPS, but it lost revenue. I had predicted that it was going to go down on both. Now they were able to actually, fight back Amazon in the e-commerce. They had a huge, improvement on the e-commerce sales. However, I don't see Walmart taking over Amazon. Now, I think it's a little bit too late. But they have gone up quite a bit, during the last year and a half. I guess the investors have faith in Walmart, and that's what matters, sometimes. So I'm gonna put on the screen just to show you if the stock went up or down during the week. And the next one that I'm actually investing is Alibaba, and they actually missed on the EPS, but they had a huge growth in revenue. They are the largest e-commerce company in China. The things that they missed on the EPS and the Alibaba was because the digital media part is not doing as well as they were hoping. Now, this stock actually went down before they reported the earnings, and I actually started buying more shares. I think it was down around 1.50%, I believe, after they reported the earnings. By the end of the day, they actually went in the positive, and the next day they went up. I think 1.25%. So they're actually continuing up. I'll probably make a video about the Alibaba stock because it offers unique things. One of the things is a China stock, so it's gonna diversify your portfolio. You may want to have an international stock in your account. So I'm gonna put on the screen just to show you if the stock actually went up or down during the week. And the next stock is John Deere. Actually predicted positive on both EPS and revenue, and they smashed the numbers, and the stock actually took off on Friday. I think this was one of the best companies during this week. When I read the transcript report, they had a huge growth in Europe. Even though the stock is a North American stock, the Europe actually drove a lot of revenue, which is very impressive in my opinion. And I'm gonna put on the screen just to show you if the stock went up or down, and you will be really impressed. And the last stock that I talked last week was Foot Locker. Now I predicted that Foot Locker was going to be the revenue and EPS, and I was wrong. It missed EPS by 2 cents and revenue by 20 millions. And the stock got hammered. It actually went down a huge amount. I think it had the biggest drop since August 2016, I believe. Now, Foot Locker is a unique retailer, but I think that's what the problem is. Now, when you see a stock drop this huge amount, you should pay attention because that might present an opportunity, maybe not to invest into the company, but to add it into the watch list and maybe trade the stock. First, see how the stock is gonna move after the earnings. Now, this is just my opinion. You can do whatever you want with your money. I'm not telling you to invest into the stock. I'm just giving you an opinion so you can actually do some research when a company falls this huge amount. Now, these are the companies that I'm going to predict to see if they're going to beat the EPS on the revenue. And the first one is Take-Two Interaction. Now, this is a great company. I actually have position in Activision Blizzard, but Take-Two Interaction is a good stock as well. And they produce really good games. I do think that Take-Two Interaction is gonna beat the EPS, but I think it's gonna miss on the revenue. The stock has gone a huge amount as well since the beginning of the year. I'm gonna make a video soon comparing this stock, the Take-Two Interaction, with Activision Blizzard and EA Sports. Now, those three stocks are almost even in the entertainment sector. Now, the next one is gonna be Autozone, and I think they're gonna beat the revenue and the EPS. And we're going to get an idea to see how the auto sector is doing in 2017. And the next one is gonna be Lowe's. I think they're gonna beat on the EPS and the revenue as well. They actually sell the same stuff that Home Depot does, so I will be disappointed if they don't beat the revenue and the EPS. I've been doing a lot of research on this stock, so I expect this stock to go up this week, unless something like last week happened when the stocks went down without anything related to the company. And the next company is gonna be Best Buy, that is gonna report on Thursday. I do expect the EPS to go up. However, I see the revenue drop a little bit. Now I'm impressed because Best Buy has been able to fight Amazon, at least for the moment. And they've been doing a really good job, in the last year. The stock actually has gone up a good amount, but we're going to see what happens. The next stock that I'm gonna predict is gonna be Costco. Now, Costco offers a lot of value, when you get a membership. Now, when you go to Costco, you get the value of buying memberships, gift cards, at a really good price. In addition, you can actually buy frozen food, something that is an Achilles heels of Amazon. So I actually predict Costco to post positive results on the EPS and the revenue. And the last company that I'm gonna predict is gonna be Ulta. Now, Ulta was one of my main stocks, so I actually do know the business really well. And Ulta has actually gone up a huge amount since 2013, and I actually started buying the shares at that time. I'm no longer a shareholder of Ulta, but I can see that the company is very unique and very appealing to millennials. It offers excellent services, and I'm really impressed in the company. I sold the shares because I wanted to invest into something else. It gave me an excellent return, so I cannot complain about the company. Now we're going to wait and see for these stocks to report next week. Well, that's gonna be everything for the video. Now please let me know in the comment sections if you are trading or investing in one of the stocks mentioned in this video. I was involved in the two Chinese stocks in Baozun Inc and Alibaba. And don't forget to subscribe to the financial information channel. I'm gonna bring you more videos about the stock market. In addition, I wanna give you a thank you for watching the video and have an excellent day. Take care, my friends.